under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are you recording? The township is recording. Is anyone else recording?
Yeah.
I am.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to follow the meeting agenda. I'll second. All in favor? Aye. Public participation. Randy Reitmeyer.
Yeah, so I would like to know if you guys checked into those things that was printed in the paper, if any of those was true or if they was non-true, about you operating the grader and all the other crap that was in the paper.
Well, we looked into all those issues. You don't need a CDL to run any of the equipment. It's listed right in the CDL rule as an exemption to the CDL rule. As a supervisor, I can work for the township. I don't need permission to work overtime from the auditors. The auditors set the wage that supervisors can work, and that's pretty much the end of that. Also, you are allowed to collect a wage while you collect mileage at the same time. There is no law or rule against that. We checked into that with PSATs. We checked into it with PennDOT. We talked to the attorney. That's pretty much all of our resources.
Oh, you guys had to talk to the attorney on that?
Yes.
How long did that take?
I don't know, a couple hours maybe.
So what was that, 110 bucks per hour? So somebody wasted taxpayer dollars again? Is that what you're telling me?
Take care of it. It had to be done.
Oh, I understand you guys had to. But if the crap wasn't brought up, it wouldn't have to be taken care of. So what you're telling me is we paid Mr. Thompson $110 an hour for a couple hours of nonsense. Yeah, okay.
Thank you. All right. Acceptance of the minutes from the September meeting. I make a motion to accept the minutes from the September meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, financial reports. There is no treasurer's report available. Our treasurer resigned at the end of the meeting last month. And we've been taking applications, and I believe we just got our first application for the position today. Monthly expenses. All right, the Fleximat, that was for the O'Leary Road project, $26,784.50. JC overhead door, that's for repair to the door at the garage, $960. Tractor supply. These are fuel filters and things for the fuel pumps. We had our fuel tanks get flooded. We had the fuel tanks cleaned. We added fuel filters to the pumps to fuel the filter, or filter the fuel coming out of the tank before it gets to our equipment. That was $135.38.
We also added the risers so that if it does get flooded, we won't have these problems yet.
Yeah, we raised those house above. Jesse's repair and towing, co-charge and service for the Dodge, $140. Those brakes, right? I don't think so. Gary Dryer Excavating and Tank Service. This is the cleaning of the fuel tanks. $1,150. Moore's Automotive. These are parts for the Volvo. It says. $238.56. Bradco Supply. These are for road closed signs. We bought some more road closed signs and stands. So we all ran out of them, but both us and the fire department were out of them in the flood. $721.40. Watson Diesel. This is to put a new clutch in the Mack. Total was $5,662. Insinger Quarries. This is clean floors that we put in the ditch on the Johnson Road from the washout from the flooding, $1,146.72. DeCristo R6 rock, 26.5 tons, I guess, 504.67. I think that's probably for Old Erie Road. I'm not positive. I know we bought R6 and put on that road. All right, Insinger Quarries. This is 2RC, Galvin Road, Green Mountain Road. $5,816.77. Is this the same thing or revised? Do you know? One says
it's a revision, I think, from last month's. There was another bill that replaces the one from last month. Unless I don't know what the number is on that one, unless the number is not.
These are all higher. All right, and another, right, it says revised.
They didn't add trucking charges on the original one. The revision has the common charges.
Okay, and this was for Insinger's Quarries, also for Green Mountain Road, 66.23. I make a motion to pay these bills. Second. All in favor? None. Okay.
Before you go any further, if you're having CPA do something this month, you should probably motion. Because it's not going to be like a monthly expense. They put it on their side.
Okay.
We're going to have a CPA go over the last 8 months of our accounting, our payroll. The auditors have been going through the books and they found mistakes. We've got a new auditor coming in, a new treasurer coming in, and I hope, and I think the book should be 100% before a new treasurer takes hold. And I really think that this is the way to go with it.
Okay.
So I make a motion, I'll make a motion that we're gonna hire a CPA to freshen up our books here from January till now, sometime this month. I make that motion.
I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Fund transfers. We're gonna move 15,000 from state savings to state checking. And we're gonna move 50,000 from the impact fund to the general fund checking. 50. And then we're gonna move 10,000 from the impact to the payroll account. I'm gonna make a motion to make those transfers. I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, township reports and updates. Ordinance enforcement, we have nothing, right, with my mic?
Haven't talked to the attorney yet on the ordinances?
We did talk to him briefly when we met with him, but we've had plenty of things going on. We're trying to get through that ordinance. He wrote us I guess an amendment to our ordinance. We haven't really had a chance to go through it, together and look at it and see what we thought about it. Road crew summary.
No, he's not here.
Oh, he's not here.
Can I ask a question on a road crew? That wash gravel you keep putting in a ditch that ends up in our side yard and Tony's side yard, is there any, I know it's less expensive, but could you get like 1/2 and 3/4 chunk rip rock and fix them ditches up there so you don't just keep sending it down their yards?
You're talking about
There's a sluice,
G Road.
G Road,
yeah.
and down the creek. I mean, it just keeps washing down in my neighbors and mine and the other neighbors.
From fish bows, you mean?
Yeah,
That sluice pipe is the one you're talking about?
yes.
Okay.
I mean, we got that last storm, we had another 10-ton. And I'm not cleaning it up until it's all done because it's just adding up.
Right. Okay, well,
Save some money.
we'll look at that with Bobby and see if we can come up with a solution to slow that water and,
Because if you had that, it'd slow it all down and you'd have the problem up there instead of in our yards. And then you'd have to fix it more periodically.
right,
I mean,
yeah.
it saves us and eventually it would save you guys
Right,
to do it properly.
okay, we'll take a look at it. I know that spot has been a repeated problem. Every time we get a good rain, it washes out, and I'm sure it's going, that you're the receiver.
It affects 5 houses.
Right,
And the one that just purchased Buck's house, I mean, they put $8,000 into their cellar and they got flooded 2 more times. So,
They put boulders in mine and it took you out.
you know,
Yeah.
Before that, it was always gravel, and then it replaced it with boulders, and it all ended up in my yard anyway.
I mean, we had Servpro in there and because we had a house on the market, we had to get it certified that it was mold and vacuumed and debacterialized. But I'm just worried about our yards because this, I mean, my leach field's over there and you know, it runs downhill.
right, yeah. All right, we don't have anything else on the road crew. We had some flood damage, like on Wildcat Lane, the creek has taken the side of the road out. We had the Cowell Hill Bridge, the water's eating away at the abutments. The bridge on Better Road also, we had some flood damage there. And in the Galvin Road, the big pipe on Galvin, half washed the road out. And we put those projects out for bid to come in and excavate and straighten streams out and put riprap stone in. We were gonna try and do it ourselves, but we don't have the equipment or the time.
Wildcat Lane, I thought FEMA paid for that. There was some big cement things that was in that creek and they just disappeared.
They're all scattered. Ones that were left in there are all gone, are washed out and scattered anyway.
Well, our township took them out and hauled them away. The township did it.
After they fell in.
Yeah, but then we removed them and never put them back. And FEMA paid for it.
Well, we're gonna take all those blocks out and we're gonna backfill that and place our 6 riprap stone, because they're heavier than concrete and they'll chink in better. Supposedly it'll hold up better to the storms, but I guess we'll see. That's what we're gonna try.
So say, did you get bids out on that?
We advertised the bids, they'll be in like 11.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Be 11, they'll be in. Anything else on the roads? All right, fire department report. We don't have anything this time. All right. Permit notification, UGI main gas installation. We're replacing UGI main gas line on Thompson Hill Road. This is a permit application. We're the engineer at least. Do we have to do anything with that or
I
just?
think they're just notified.
Okay. All right.
It's just notification of the amount for next year.
A notification from municipal liquid fuels for our allocation of liquid fuels next year will be $238,535.58. We usually receive that in March, right?
March 1st.
Old business, new business, fall road inspection. How do you want to do that?
How many times have we gone over them already?
Yeah, we do.
I don't know if we have to do it or not.
We're probably gonna go out and look at the roads with FEMA again. Again, subsequent storms, we looked at in one storm.
Just hold off until,
It doesn't matter to me, I guess, yeah.
because we can do it. If we have to do it, we can do it next one. Right?
All right, I think we're not gonna do a fall road inspection. we've been out, all of us, looking at the roads. Bobby's been out over the road probably 20 times in the last 2 months, and all the damages. And every day it's changing. This rain today, we got probably caused us some damage we don't even know about yet. We went out with FEMA about a week ago, but that was for the January 25th storm. They're still gonna come back out here at least 1 or 2 more times and go out and look at road damage and things like that. So possibly we won't even do a fall road inspection. I think everybody's pretty aware of the issues that we have. We've all been pretty involved in everything that's going on. And if we decide that we're gonna have them, we'll schedule them next month.
Was Southgate covered with FEMA? From my house to the pond?
I'm not certain about that. We looked at all of it. We submitted all paperwork, hours, and worksheets on all the roads with damage.
Do you plan on filling that back in?
Hopefully.
Good. It's more free gravel.
I give you some.
I get it every time, just like you do. Unlike you, I pick it up, put it in my driveway.
Well, this is bigger than that.
I call it bonus.
All right, budget meetings. That's be done by December, right?
If it was only in November, you probably get about 21 days to put it available.
It doesn't matter, whatever is fine with me. I'm scheduled in early November.
Yeah. Say November 12th. Oh, 15th and 14th.
Just so you know, if you go that far out, you're gonna have to have a year end here. Because if you don't have the budget available for 21 days before your December meeting, then you have to pass it later in the month. So if you go for the middle of November, you're not gonna,
Have 21 days before the first.
your December meeting's the 4th, so you'd actually have to have it done 22 days before that. Well, more than 21 days, because you have to get it advertised.
You want to do it again this month?
Oh, all right.
You get it over with the end of this month, but
Let's do it Monday, just do it first 2 days of the week.
22nd, 23rd, 24th, about full. All right, what time comes? We do this one. 6 o'clock. All right, make a motion to schedule the budget meetings, the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, starting at 6 p.m.
November?
October. So,
I second it.
All in favor? Aye. NRCS grant.
I just put that on there, that is some grant money that's available for stream bank stabilization, the one that everybody was calling about.
Yep.
I did a little bit of, looked into that, tried to apply for that, it's, limited.
6 p.m.
You have to have, yeah, your house has to be within 50 feet of the street. and you have to have pretty significant erosion already in order to qualify for it. And
It has to be living quarters.
yeah, it has to be like a primary residence or a business. So it can't be like a garage or a shed or anything like that.
Okay.
There's also, it looks like 75% of it is covered by this grant, but then it says that there's 25% that has to be picked up by the local community or state. And they're not really saying where that 25% is coming from. So the deadline to apply for it is October 15th, but it looks like it's going to be individual sites that you have to apply for. And I don't know how many places are going to meet that 50-foot criteria, so I don't know how you want to go about it.
I looked at a couple of those with Joe that were within that criteria, because he said that was basically the priority. If you had a structure that was threatened within 50 feet of the eroding stream bank, that put you in qualification to possibly get grant money. That pretty much eliminated everyone else. And there were a couple. The one on Centerville Road, across from the old nursing home there, the antique shop used to be the same, right past the Centerville Bridge.
Okay.
That house that sits back there, the creek moved over, right? 30 feet maybe from his house.
Right.
Right. And then Fletcher Drive, or
How,
whatever her name is up there on Fletcher Drive. She was also within 50 feet of the stream bank, and Jake Sullivan possibly also.
okay. Any on the Berwick Turnpike? I know there's that one trailer that looks awful close, but I don't know if there's any erosion there.
I think she's talking about turtles, siblings.
That place that I pointed out the other day, wasn't that right past Durville?
There's two trailers out there, there's one behind Turks.
And there's a stream that goes right between.
Is that where it's real close?
Yeah,
Can't think of the people's name, but
it's
it's,
probably pretty close to the trailer out back.
But like I said though, there's this whole thing with the 25% that's up in the air.
Right.
Now, the original email that I received here said that 75% was being covered by one organization and then 25% was going to be covered by DEP. But when you go out on this website and look at the actual information on it, it doesn't say anything about DEP, and it looks like the 25% is at the local level. So I don't know what to do with that. But the deadline to apply for it is the 15th of October.
Okay.
I tried to get a hold of somebody there because I don't even know if it's like the property owners are supposed to be applying for it, or if the township is supposed to be applying for it, or how they're doing that, but.
Right.
We'll know something, maybe we'll find out more.
Maybe find out.
All right.
If we figure something out, we'll put it on the Facebook page, announce it on the Facebook page, how people can go about trying to pursue it.
Okay.
Trick or treat night.
You know, the one on Trunk and Tree?
First, I believe. I'm guessing.
It's on the line, so we should-
All right, you want to do it at the same time? Excellent. That works for us, right?
People get really cranky if you don't.
All right, yeah. All right, what time do we normally start that?
6 to 8 or 6 to 8:30, something like that.
6 to 8, I think.
6 to
right?
8.
All right, make a motion to set trick or treat night for October 31st from 6 to 8.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. Anybody else have anything else?
You're talking about FEMA. You've been with FEMA on the roads?
Yes,
Have you discussed landowners?
that's a different.
There's FEMA and then there's FEMA, but you have to have,
We met with FEMA, and it was the Army Corps of Engineers, whoever that other, there was 3 agencies and they're all working together. Anything that we did to the road that was an improvement to prevent something like this to happen had to be approved. I think it was Army Corps of Engineers, that girl.
Yeah, we should have worked in another division.
And then FEMA will pay us for actual damage, bring the road back to the condition it was before. And then FEMA was basically just overseeing the whole thing to make sure that the entire event qualified above the threshold of payment. But that was all about road damage. It wasn't anything to do with residential, and that's a separate.
I think they already met with the residents.
Right, I think that's a separate thing, but I'm not sure if that's even the same people that handle that. Anything else? All right, meeting's adjourned.
Did the lawyer actually check with our insurance?
He's just a liar.
People that don't meet our criteria?
Like what he said about the, what do you call it?
I mean, as far as state and federal, yeah, but as far as work, they have a job description title. And it says there they have to have a CDL,
Thing
they have
the
to
special
have
license that you need.
physical, they have to have an FBI
Yeah, the
background check.
CDL.
And with somebody doing that without that, I mean,
That's not
he
true.
wasn't hired legally anyways to do that.
It's also not true that he
Legal
wasn't.
pay.
I mean, he was legal when he started.
Never was.
Why wasn't he?
Huh?
Why wasn't he?
When we brought to a meeting and approved.
His problem
When a
was
supervisor works as an employee of the township, they have to work under the pay that the
And they have
auditor
to work
sets.
under the job classification certification. The certification for the road crew is, it states right in there, you have to have a CDL, you have to have a physical, you have to have an FBI background check.
Not everyone who's ever worked on our roads has gone through all that.
Well, anybody that runs,
He's saying
that
you
does
don't
this
need
stuff.
to see
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But we have never done that in the past. We hired a college girl for 2 years that drove the tractor around the road mowing. You don't think that that could have been a liability? What if she threw a rock through the windshield? I mean, let's be real, Bill.
Yeah, I am.
So am I.
I am.
So am I.
You let the answer for it in the end there, but
We've been through this.
I need to ask you if the
Listen,
insurance has ever been.
listen.
I forgot about it for a while.
I'm gonna make it perfectly clear to you.
All right.
I sat here and listened to you guys with a whole bunch of garbage for hours last month, and it was all turned out to be a bunch of garbage. And I jumped through a bunch of
It's
hoops
not a bunch of
to find out that you guys didn't know what you were talking about. You
Yes,
told
you
me
do.
that you were sure I needed a CDL, but you were wrong about that.
I supported the job classification, that's why I don't think.
You said you were sure I needed a
Did you check
CDL,
with the
you were
insurance
wrong.
company? Did you check with the insurance companies if they'll cover you?
Why don't you go do your research before you come in here spouting your mouth
I mean,
off?
before you do it, you should be doing it. You didn't check with the insurance company.
Listen, when I work for the township as a supervisor, I have the right to work for the township as a supervisor.
Any
No, you
supervisor
don't.
can go work
You
on
have
the
to
road
get
crew.
special, you have to get permission to do
Any
that.
Who has to give me permission?
I was okay with that.
The supervisor, you have to get the permission from the
You're
supervisor.
wrong.
county insurance.
No, I'm not.
You're wrong. I talked to PSATs, I talked to the lawyer, you're wrong.
No, I'm
You'll
not.
find out.
Before you come in here making your accusations, why don't you make some phone calls and do some research? I made my phone calls, I did my emails, I have it in writing. You want to see it in writing? I have it in
You
writing.
need the auditor's permission to work overtime.
I have it in writing. So do I have it in writing. I did my research.
So do
I
we.
sat here and listened to your nonsense for way too
not
long.
nonsense.
It's not nonsense.
It is nonsense.
It is not. You just can't help yourself to the
Yeah,
payroll.
he could have done twice as much as what he did.
That's all I need to know.
Yes, we talked, the three of us supervisors went and had a 2-hour meeting with the solicitor.
Okay.
After we talked to PSATs, after we talked to PennDOT, after we talked to the people that make the CDL rules, after we talked to PSATs, after we talked to everyone else who could possibly have an opinion about this nonsense, then we went and spent money to sit down with a lawyer because he was concerned because we made the paper about some accusations made.
You did not get the approval to work. Period.
When you are elected as a supervisor, you have the approval to
You
work.
do not.
Period.
No, you
Sorry,
don't.
from a legal standpoint, there's no
You need to
lawsuits.
bring him into a meeting.
Okay, and the lawyer you talked to is the township solicitor?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
I'm sure it's
Yes.
not.
Okay, great.
Talk to the
That's
lawyer
all right.
and do anything, put anything in the
He's
paper.
twisting it
Once they
up.
find out, they're gonna drop it.
And let me
Go ahead and
see you
talk to
on
the
heavy
lawyer.
equipment.
What's that?
Let me see you on heavy equipment without the CDL, and I will report you.
What are you gonna do, threaten?
What are you gonna do?
I'll
If you
report
read the
you.
CDL law.
I
It's
just
an
hate to see the
agency.
township lose their insurance because
Read the
he's not
CDL
legal,
law,
and you
Pat.
know it,
The
he's not
CDL
legally covered.
What's it
Read
say?
your township laws, never mind the
The
CDL.
CDL is
The auditor
required
said he's
for
paying that
vehicles
as
of
far as
certain
Nobody
weight
approved it.
and passenger.
Nobody
vehicles.
approved it.
Nobody
Right.
approved it. He just.
But a grader,
made
a
his own
roller, a
paycheck.
backhoe, and a wheel loader are exempt to the CDL rule.
Yeah, because
He's
it's
gotta,
not
he's
heavy.
gotta be done in a
I
meeting.
said, let me see.
Well,
Let me
you
see
do it how heavy
it in a
He-
truck.
he-
Let's see what happens.
Supervisor. You
He can have
can
for himself.
You're a great person.
You're a fat ass.
Well, you go
Yeah, I did
Well, you go
my
fuck
work, too.
yourself.
Well,
Oh, I
you
did
still
my
smoking
homework.
it out here or what?
Oh, sure. You want to take the piss test right now?
I don't know.
I work on
I'm
gas
getting
pads
them
every
the
day.
wrong
I don't
information.
need no.
I'll
He
take
got
piss
fired
test
for
right
gas
now.
pads, right?
Well, I don't know
That's
about
your
him,
problem.
but you're
You gotta give
starting
him
to
the
point
right
fingers
facts,
at me.
and then you'll see it's
Oh,
not
you
the
get
same.
fired at the hospital.
Huh?
You got fired at the hospital. How you like that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and you're asking me about something?
But you don't even
Wow.
go back.
I told you I'd take a piss test right now. You want to get slandered?
According to who?
I'll go take it.
You
We
find out when the
filed
papers come in.
charge.
Yeah.
We filed the charge, the papers
Yeah,
are being.
all right.
Go ahead. All you do is set his
I heard
pay.
there was a big drug
do
raid in
nothing.
place, huh?
Not my
What
house.
do you know?
Whatever.
Go outside.
Oh, whatever.
Big
Yeah,
drug
go ahead.
raid
Well,
up
you go
there.
back home.
Why don't you go back
Well,
home?
I'll come wherever I want.
Yeah,
Hell,
yeah, the world come after you too.
let them.
Yeah.
I have nothing to hide.
It's okay.
Why all of a sudden
Because
did
they
you
do
start
raids
coming
up at
back
your
to the
place.
meeting?
Huh?
Why all of a sudden did you start coming back?
Because you
to
was
the
running
meeting?
your mouth last week.
Yes, I
last
was.
month.
I got every.
So I love coming to the
Would you
meetings
listen for
and
2
publish
seconds?
your shit.
Would you
You can't get
listen?
the word in.
I have every bit of proof I need.
Ain't
right
too hard.
here.
All you gotta do is open up a book. I went to the internet and read.
It's
You need no
not bad.
CDLs to operate a grader.
I didn't
No.
say a thing about CDLs.
Well, oh no, you was on the other thing. Whatever.
Oh, you did. You asked me if I had a CDL and you
I
told me
did.
I
It
wasn't
was all
allowed
in
to
the
drive the
paper.
grader without one.
Because the
I didn't say
You
a
and
thing
Bill and
about
Pat
driving the
all
grader.
looked it up and you all knew all about it.
I really don't.
did.
I was wrong and you were right. I couldn't collect mileage. I couldn't collect mileage and pay at the same time either, could I?
Not if you're working for a supervisor and as a road crew member. You cannot collect 2 paychecks at the same time.
I collected hourly pay and mileage at the same time.
Hourly
and that-
pay
your
for
own rate.
road crew
You set your own
mileage.
rate.
Why did I set my own rate? You set my rate.
No.
No.
No,
You
no.
can't get paid for 2 jobs.
Well, who set the rate then?
Not at the rate you would pass. You didn't get that.
You're not doing road crew rate.
I
Let 'em
didn't
go.
say
Go
anything
find out
about
the
it,
end of the
she
year
did,
when they-
but,
I know.
You're not doing road crew rate.
always do.
but that's not. And don't you write the wrong thing in your little thing.
You keep all them, right?
Because
So when
you
we want to go
lied.
back on.
Don't
them
worry,
and
Heidi.
get 'em,
You don't have to, because I'll post it myself with
Lie.
video.
Go ahead, lie. We don't
Go
care.
ahead. I don't
I
care
didn't say
either.
a word during the meeting, so.
Yeah, I know, because I was here.
No, it wasn't because of you, Randy. It was because it wasn't worth it. God, he's such a
He's like the cell phone zone or whatever you call it.
I gotta find my,
Yep. Need anything out of there?
At 9 o'clock?
No.
nine, not 8.
Somebody got keys.
So Aaron at 8 o'clock.
No, I gotta find my keys before I go anywhere. They'll all come back to haunt them, that's all I could say.
Is it on? Not very bright, Cam.
It'll all come back.
Not on at all.
I've been on that straight for years, don't see.
There's no problem there.
I did too after I retired.
And Scott? Got it.